If you like this edition and you want to know more about the topic and understand it in detail, head on to pallavisehgal.com to see the full video on the topic. This is the Business of Luxury series, and today we are diving into the most fascinating tension in the luxury business. How do you honor centuries of heritage while chasing modern growth? This is the luxury paradox that every major brand faces. Stay exclusive and risk stagnation, or expand access and risk diluting your brand equity. Heritage as the ultimate weapon. Let's start with heritage marketing, what we call elevated storytelling. Heritage isn't just about being old, it's about transforming your history into immeasurable competitive advantage. Heritage has two unique characteristics that make it invaluable. First, it evolves yet remains unchanging. Think about Tiffany's Bird on the Rock design. Created decades ago as an art piece, it has now been adapted into necklaces, rings, pendants, watches, and earrings. The core DNA remains, but it evolves with contemporary tastes. Secondly, it connects generations, and this is where the Patek Philippe campaign's genius shows through. You never actually own a Patek Philippe. You merely look after it for the next generation. They're not selling a watch, they're selling generational legacy. How heritage comes to life. Heritage means nothing if the customers don't experience it. Smart luxury brands bring heritage to life through immersive storytelling. Traveling exhibitions. Hermès creates Once Upon a Bag exhibitions that tour globally. Museum collaborations. Louis Vuitton partners with institutions like Victoria and Albert Museum, positioning their products as cultural artifacts and not just fashion items. Architectural statements. The Louis Vuitton Foundation by Frank Gehry and Prada Foundation aren't just buildings, they're physical manifestations of brand heritage and cultural commitment. And this brings us to the growth dilemma. The problem is that heritage doesn't drive growth. Pure exclusivity means limited customers. Enter the massification strategies, the strategy that makes luxury accessible to broader markets while maintaining the brand prestige. Here's what's fascinating. While top 1% of the customers generate 30 to 40% of luxury sales, there is a massive aspirational customer base that can only afford accessible luxury initially. These customers enter through low-profile products and potentially graduate to high-end pieces over time. And this brings us to the balancing act that is required. How do brands balance heritage preservation with growth ambitions? We have a couple of models that we can discuss here. The Hermès model, pure exclusivity, no licensing, controlled retail, French manufacturing. They sacrifice growth speed for brand integrity. The LVMH model, strategic massification, maintain ultra-premium core collections while creating accessible entry points through logofication and collaborations. The Chanel approach, selective expansion. They'll partner with other luxury brands like the Cashmere supplier acquisition with Bruno Cucinelli, but maintain strict control over brand expression. And this brings us to the collectibles evolution. Massification has evolved beyond simple diffusion lines. We are now seeing the emergence of collectibles, a category that turns accessible luxury into investment assets. Successful luxury brands align their heritage and the massification strategies with all 6 facets of the brand identity foundation. They don't just sell products, they sell an identity transformation. We hope that you've enjoyed the preview edition of this topic. If you like this edition and you want to know more about the topic and understand it in detail, head on to pallavisehgal.com to see the full video on the topic.